Introduction to mobile train radio communication. Railways have a lot of different communication requirements for operation and maintenance of railway networks. These communication requirements are accomplished today by different technical system solutions. Some of the systems in use have been installed decades ago, are outdated and need to be replaced by better technology. General requirements for a future railway mobile communication system. An international standard with a minimum of modifications for railway applications. Proven in operation of public mobile networks. Integrating all railway services into one communication network. Cost effective both in realization and operation. Able to ensure high reliability and availability. Transmission quality for up to 500 km per hour, stable but under active development. Future proof. GSMR has the ability to smoothly integrate new services defined in future. Mobile train radio communication is a digital wireless network based on GSMR, Global System for Mobile Communication Railway. GSMR for Railways, a communication system for railway networks utilizing GSM technologies and specific applications for railway operations. GSMR is the communication standard chosen by IRENE, European Integrated Railway Radio Enhanced Network, to meet the railway requirements. UIC. In 1993, the UIC chose the GS standard as the basis for a new European digital communication system, voice and data. The European Integrated Railway Radio Enhanced Network project was established by UIC in 1993 to oversee the GSMR development process. Tasks included establishing the high-level specifications, identifying the user requirements, coordinating related standardization, and pre-operation activity. MORAIN, the Mobile Radio for Railway Networks in Europe project, was started in 1996 in order to develop and test GSMR systems based on the IRENE recommendations. ETSI, the European Telecommunication Standard Institute, was responsible for converting the IRENE recommendations into European standards and for reserving the GSMR frequencies. GSMR network. The system requires all the standard GSM infrastructure, BTS, BSC, MSC, HLR, VLR, AC, plus some additional elements or functionality to realize the railway specific features such as functional and location dependent addressing mentioned earlier. GSMR uses frequencies below. Those used by standard GSM but GSMR mobiles are capable of roaming into a GSM 900 PLMN. Two 4 MHz bands have been reserved for GSMR. As with GSM, these are divided into channels with 200 kHz bandwidth, which means that GSMR has a total of 19 available channels. These are the frequencies allotted for MTRC in India. The basic features of GSMR. Point-to-point call allows user to make a distinct call. Voice broadcast call allows groups of user to receive common information. Voice group call allows groups of users to make calls within or among the groups. Emergency call allows user to call controller by short code or button during emergency. Functional addressing allows a user or an application to be reached by means of a number which identifies the relevant function and not the physical terminal. Location dependent addressing provides the routing of mobile originated calls to the correct controller, example, relative to the geographic area. EMLPPP, Enhanced Multi-Level Precedence and Preemption, allows resource preemption for priority calls. Voice Broadcast Service, VBS, allows one-way communication between a speaker and a group. The speaker cannot be changed during a call. The group can be predetermined or location dependent. VBS can operate in acknowledged or unacknowledged mode. Voice Group Call Service, VGCS, allows one-way communication between a speaker and a group. The speaker can be changed during a call. Push-to-talk function. The group can be predetermined or location dependent. VGCS can operate in acknowledged or unacknowledged mode. Functional addressing FA allows users to be called using functional names or numbers rather than MS-ISDN numbers. Location dependent addressing LDA allows users to be called using location information and short codes rather than MS-ISDN numbers. European Train Control System ETCS, an application which uses GSMR as a bearer and will enable trains to regularly upload location and speed information to the area train control computer and download data for a new speed profile. The data for the speed profiles is calculated by the computer and considers the relative locations and speeds of other trains on the same track. To enable group calls to be made, each group requires a group call reference which is composed of the following two fields: group call area, group identity for each type of group call. An operator can define up to 1 lakh areas and up to 1000 group IDs. Group areas and group IDs are predefined by the operator according to the numbering plan. If a group call is made from a fixed telephone or a mobile telephone outside of its group area, the caller must enter the code prefix for the type of call, the area and the group ID. The prefix for a voice group call is 50. The prefix for a voice broadcast call is 51. Group calls are based in the MSC, that is, areas and IDs are defined in the switch. To facilitate this, a new register has been integrated into the MSC called the Group Call Register, GCR. Group area selection. If a group call is initiated from a mobile, the MSC handles the routing to the current area. If the call is made from a fixed network telephone, then the caller must know and dial the group area code. Example 50 11111 123, where 11111 is the group area. Different types of users can be given different capabilities. A shunting team member only needs to be able to make or receive emergency calls within his area and group calls within his shunting team. The shunting locomotive driver also needs these capabilities, plus the capability to talk to the controllers and other train drivers. Maintenance crews will regularly change the area they are working in and will need to be assigned to new areas. Controllers need the capability to talk to people in neighboring areas, so group areas of neighboring controllers often overlap. Define the VBS or VGCS service for the subscriber. Define the cells belonging to the group area and priority of the group call. Definition of capabilities per group of employees. Group call numbers which can be used. Up to 1000 group call numbers can be defined. 299 is reserved for railway emergency calls. Initiator or listener. Dispatcher or controller. The above information is stored in SSS and on the SIM card as a subscriber data. VBS is a shared downlink service. The speaker cannot be changed. This service is useful for issuing warnings, giving instructions, or making announcements to a group. Initially, VBS will be used to broadcast railway emergency calls within predefined areas. The mobiles within a group area monitor the notification channel for broadcast calls. Individuals can belong to several different groups. Group areas and group IDs are stored in the group call register. When a VBS call is made, the switch determines which area the call should be routed to. The base station controller responsible for the area allocates a downlink time slot for the broadcast in each cell of the area. All the mobiles in a cell that belong to the group which should receive the call will listen to this time slot. The initiator, fixed or mobile, is allocated to a full duplex channel. Group members entering the area after the VBS call begins can join the ongoing VBS, late entry. Members leaving the area will be disconnected. If acknowledged mode is used, a record of the call will be logged in the acknowledgement center. VBS calls can have different levels of priority. VGCS uses a shared downlink like VBC. In addition to the functionality described for VBS, the speaker in a VGCS can be changed. This service is useful for group calls which require two-way communication such as emergency calls, shunting operations, project status checks, etc. When the speaker indicates that the uplink is available over, group members can request an uplink to become the next speaker using the push-to-talk function. The setup for the duplex channel for the next and any subsequent speaker is as follows. Enhanced multi-level precedence and preemption allows calls to be set up with different levels of priority. This can be used as a basis for certain calls to preempt other calls. Preemption means that lower priority calls can be interrupted to allow certain high priority calls to be completed. For example, if a high priority group call needs to be set up, then all active calls to members of that group will be dropped so that the people concerned can receive the higher priority call. Further, if no resources are available, lower priority calls will be dropped to enable a high priority call to proceed. There are 5 priority levels, 0 to 4. It is possible to set up calls with or without preemption at different priority levels. A GSMR mobile designed to meet the requirements of the IRENE specifications must be able to confirm automatically that it has received certain calls. These calls are principally high priority calls, especially emergency calls. But an indication in the signaling to the mobile can force the mobile to send an acknowledgement to any call. The acknowledgements are sent to an acknowledgement center where they are logged to allow post-incident analysis. Normal GSM uses telephone numbers for dialing and finding the called party. As GSMR involves international operation between a diverse variety of people, it is not feasible for every GSMR user to have direct access to the telephone number of every other GSMR user. Further, as we have seen, GSMR enables group communication to take place. To do this, using the normal procedure for conference calls in which each number is dialed separately would be too time-consuming and present too many safety risks. Therefore, GSMR uses a system of functional numbering and location-dependent addressing to overcome the shortfalls of traditional GSMR in the railway environment. A train controller who wishes to call the driver of a given train does not need to know the driver's MS-ISDN. The controller dials the FN and the GSMR network looks up the corresponding MS-ISDN number and forwards it to the GMSC. The call can now be completed as usual. A functional number is composed of 2 fields, the Railway Access Code RAC and the Railway Subscriber Number RSN. The RSN itself is composed of 3 fields, the type, the route and the branch. A train driver registers his MS-ISDN when he boards the train. His MS-ISDN is associated with the FN of the train until he deregisters his MS-ISDN at the end of his shift, and the new driver registers his MS-ISDN. In addition to registration and deregistration, the user can also interrogate a functional number to confirm that he or she is registered or deregistered. At present, the follow me function, which stores the associations between MS-ISDN and FN, can be implemented in 2 ways: on an intelligent network platform or using a modified HLR. The HLR still carries out all the usual functions but is modified
to also store the functional numbers and associated MS-ISDNs. The FL is dialed and the MSC accesses the HLR functional to get the currently associated MS-ISDN. Then the HLR mobile is accessed to find out which VLR the user is currently registered in. The call can then be completed as usual.
Using LDA, a user such as a train driver can use a simple short code instead of an MS-ISDN to make a call. This means the driver of a given train does not need to know the MS-ISDN of all the train controllers he passes. The driver dials the short code and the mobile sends this along with some location information to the MSC. The short code tells the MSC to use LDA, that is, to process the location information to determine the MS-ISDN of the destination. The call can now be completed as usual. The associations between short codes, location information, and destination are handled by the MSC or the ION platform. The numbering system for short codes has been standardized in Europe for GSMR. A short code is composed of 4 digits which are BCD coded, binary coded decimal, and therefore can be sent as 2 octets. The MSC can only process calls based on cell ID as location information, that is, cell global identity. Other location information, such as coordinates obtained from the trackside position markers, wheel turn counters or GPS, can be delivered to the IN to help with routing. The MSC knows the location of the mobile and the code tells it which destination is required. For example, if the code 1200 is dialed, the MSC will route the call to the appropriate primary controller, that is, the controller whose area includes the current cell. If cell ID does not provide enough exactness for routing, which can be the case with large cells overlapping more than one train controller area, then area-specific routing is the solution. Currently, locomotives are equipped with up to 6 different navigation systems, which are expensive and occupy a lot of space in the cab. Trains crossing international borders must either change the operational system or change the locomotive. This results in delays for the customer and higher operation and maintenance costs for the rail operator. In 1989, the EC launched a project to analyze the problems related to signaling and train control, and in 1991, agreement was reached between the EC, industry and the railways for tight cooperation towards developing a new system. The proposals included new onboard equipment based on open computer architecture, a new system for discontinuous data transfer, and a new system for continuous radio transmission. In 1995, the EC defined a strategy for further development of the European Rail Traffic Management System. In 1998, UNISIG was formed to finalize the specifications, which resulted in the final version of ERTMS Class 1 being formally completed in 2000. These new systems will replace current signaling and train control systems, which consist mainly of optical signals to the driver or electromagnetic signaling to the train, both of which are inflexible and cost-intensive in both procurement and operation. Automatic train control will be implemented according to the specifications of ERTMS or ETCS. The European Train Control System is a harmonized modular ATP or ATC, Automatic Train Protocol or Automatic Train Control System using GSMR as the bearer service. GSMR will be used to exchange data between fixed and mobile train control equipment. The train's location, speed, number of wagons, and other train-borne information will be transmitted to the radio block center. The RBC compares information from all the trains in a certain areas, then calculates and transmits data to each individual train for a new speed profile. The actual location of the train can be determined using balises and cell ID. GPS is also an option for the future. ETCS will be implemented in 3 phases. In its final stage, ETCS will replace existing signaling and train control systems and will allow railways to operate their trains via moving block structures. This will in turn allow trains to run closer together on a single track and result in much more efficient track usage, better traffic management, and less delays. ETS Level 1. This is mandatory and includes all the functions necessary for international interoperability. Level 1 is designed as an add-on for conventional railways with trackside signals and train detection equipment. Balises are used to send information to the train. Train detection equipment sends the location of the train to the control center. The control center, which knows the location, speed and direction of all trains on the track within a certain area, calculates the new movement authority and sends it to the next balise. The train passes over the balise and receives the new movement authority and track data. The on-board computer, called the EVC, European Vital Computer, can then calculate a new speed profile with braking points, when to slow or stop, which are displayed to the driver. An option with Class 1 is to use infill loops between the rails to allow the train to receive data from the next balise in advance. ETCS Level 2. Using Class 2, trackside signals are no longer mandatory, but the trackside train detection equipment is still used. The onboard EVC is pre-programmed with the track characteristics and communicates via GSMR with the radio block center. The onboard computer receives its movement authority by radio and calculates the necessary speed profile based on the current position. The RBC receives the train's position from the detection equipment and the train uses the balises as electronic position markers. For extra safety, the onboard computer constantly checks that the current speed is correct for the distance travelled. ETC Level 3. At Level 3, there is no longer any need for the trackside train detection equipment. Train integrity checks are performed on board and the train's position, based on the input from balises and train speed, is transmitted to the train controller via GSMR. The possibility of sending or receiving frequent updates by radio means that trains can be run closer together to significantly increase the line capacity. In all other respects, Class 3 is the same as Class 2.
All standard GSM functions support all GSMR specific functions, that is FA, LDA, group calls, etc. Enable registration, deregistration and interrogation by the user. Be robust enough for the railway environment. Be able to roam into a normal PLMN. Transmit with maximum 2 watts. 2 types of handsets are being used in GSMR environment, that is OPH and GPH. Operational purpose handheld set is used by driver and guard. General purpose handheld set is used by maintenance staff. Cab radio. The cab radio must support all the functions of a mobile station plus enable radio communications to onboard systems. Cab radio will be used for voice and ETCS. The cab radio is addressed using a functional number containing the train's running number. Suffixes attached to this FN are used to address the relevant subsystems. The cab radio has a maximum transmission power of 8 watts. The dispatcher terminal provides a user-friendly interface for a dispatcher to interact with the GSMR radio system. Incoming calls are presented showing the functional identity of the caller and priority of each call. High priority calls are presented at the top of the list. Calls with equal priority are ordered by time of arrival.
Outgoing calls are made by selecting the recipient from a number of directory lists that are structured according to the IRENE numbering system. Group Call Register. The GCR is integrated in the MSC and is responsible for managing group areas, group IDs. When the MSC receives a group call, it looks up the required information for call completion. In the Group Call Register, only the users belonging to a certain group in a certain area will receive the call. Acknowledgement Center. When an emergency or other high priority call has been made, there is no inherent knowledge stored in the GSMR system about who received the call. In the case of an incident, there is then no way to determine whether it was due to poor communications, an ignored warning, etc. As a result, IRENE has specified that upon completion of a call, the initiator and all recipients of that call must send a specially coded notification to an acknowledgement center giving details of the call time, duration, priority level, etc. The acknowledgement center logs these messages in a simple text format for later review in the case of an incident. Monitoring Center. The monitoring center can be set up to record the conversations of all calls of a certain priority. Example, all calls of priority 1 and 2. Rather than have a black box on every train, however, this function is centralized and accessed from the MSC. The recordings are made on an endless loop principle, that is, after a certain time, the previous recording is overwritten by a new one.